Okay. So we are finding the inverse Z transform. Okay. I will take this x of z. X of z equal to 2 power z minus 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 square. Okay. So this is the x of z that is been given, and you need to find the inverse z transform of it using residue method. Okay. So I'll mention that also. Residue method. Okay. Now tell me what should be the first criteria for us. What should be the criteria for us? Because I'm solving many of the problems here on the inverse Z transform. All the time we do some of the steps very regularly. What is that? Look at the given x of z. It is having a negative powers of the z. Okay, so we need to bring it to the standard form wherein you will have the positive powers of z only. Okay, so to do that, here you have z power minus 1 square, and here you have z power minus 1. Okay, so something has to be done here so that it will be having a positive powers of z. तो क्या करना चाहिए इसको? If you multiply by z square, okay, because this if you take inside you will have the power of z power minus 2 रहेगा, right? So if you multiply z square on the both side, you will get that. Okay, in that sense you need to understand here. So that will be x of z is equal to 2z upon this will be z. I will take this side. Okay, z minus 1 by 4. Okay, z minus 1 upon 4 4 z आता है ना, राइट? ओके, तो वो z यहाँ पे बाहर लिया तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय z स्क्वायर कर दिया तो ये दोनों कैंसिल होता है. सो दिस विल बी z माइनस 1 बाय 4 स्क्वायर. इज दैट क्लियर? ये कैसा है, समझ में आया ना? ओके, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड दिस वन. ओके, सो फ्रॉम हियर if you multiply z square on the both the side, okay, so you will get this one 2z upon z minus 1 by 4 square. Okay, now it is there in the standard form wherein I could get the poles here. So my poles are in multiplicity. As you could see, it's a square term. Okay, so this is the second case, like second variants of the problem that you could see here. Okay, so using the complex integral, okay, complex integral. तो कॉम्प्लेक्स इंटीग्रल क्या कहता है? एक्स ऑफ एन इज इक्वल टू 1 बाय 2 पाई जे काउंटर इंटीग्रल एक्स ऑफ जेड जेड पावर जेड पावर एन माइनस 1 डी जेड. ओके, नाउ we need to find the poles here, residue of the poles. So residue of the poles is having only single pole with a multiplicity, that is z by z minus 1 by 4 square है. Okay, so this we can write इसको थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं यहाँ पे, like 1 by 2 pi j counter integral x of z is 2z upon z minus 1 by 4 square into z power n minus 1, 2z into z power n minus 1. दिस z power minus 1 जो है यहाँ पे नीचे लिया तो this z and this z will get cancelled. Like you can see here, this can be written as z power n upon z, and that z and this z will get cancelled. So you will have 1 upon 2 pi j. Okay, that will be 2z power n upon z minus 1 by 4 square dz, right? So now we have x of z into z power n minus 1 term as this one. Okay, so iska using the residue at the pole. Okay, so we need to find this one, residues, okay, of 2z power n upon z minus 1 by 4 square at कौन से पोल हैं? पोल z इक्वल टू 1/4 बिकॉज z by 1/4 इज द ऑफ मल्टीप्लिसिटी है. So z equal to 1/4 the multiplicity of 2. Okay, so here pole is at 1/4 at the multiplicity of 2. Okay, so when there is a multiplicity of 2, it has to be having a only one derivative. Okay, one time it has to be differentiated. Okay, so that is our understanding. जैसे मैंने जब कल एक्सप्लेन कर रहा था, if the multiplicity in the poles is there, उस टाइम पे आपको क्या करना है? We need to find k plus 1th derivative of the thing. So in that scenario कैसे होगा उसके बारे में let me check. If I have that sheet I will show you. Okay, so here we have that, you could see here. Okay, if k plus 1th order derivative of f of z exists and f of z has no poles at z equal to z0, then दिस टर्म कॉम्प्लेक्स इंटीग्रल टर्म जो है उसको हम ऐसा रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं जैसे 1/k-1 दैट इज द kth डेरिवेटिव इफ देयर इज एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ k plus 1th डेरिवेटिव एग्जिस्ट. ओके, d of z for k-1 f of z at z equal to z0, we need to find this one. Okay, so since we have k as 2 here, so you can see, you could see k as 2 here, तो उसके हिसाब से हमारा क्या आएगा? This x of n will be 1/k-1 factorial, that will be 1 factorial d power k-1 upon dz power k-1. k का वैल्यू 1 सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया तो this will be d by dz. So that's why I said we need to differentiate only one time of what? X of z, that pole. Okay, so that will be z minus 1/4 square is the trace pole that exists. 2 power z minus 2 into z power n upon z minus 1/4 square. Okay, this I need to find at z equal to 1/4. So this term and this term it can cancel. We will have only 2z power n and we need to differentiate it once. Okay, so that would be, okay, so this is 2z power n, so that will be 2nz power n minus 1. 1/1 factorial is 1 only, and this has to be substituted at z equal to 1/4. Okay, so if you substitute z equal to 1/4 in this, you will have 2n into 1/4 power n minus 1. Okay, so this is your x of n. Getting? This is our x of n. Now you could see that second variant problem involves the differentiation. If the differentiation comes when there is a multiplicity in the poles. Okay, so if it is cube, like z minus 1/4 upon cube रहता है. Okay, that time what you should say? Multiplicity of 3. So relatively you will have 1/2 factorial d square by dz square of this term. Okay, at z equal to 1/4. That's it. Okay, in that regard you need to find the solution for this. Okay, so we have concluded the x of n. Now you will see whether this is for only क्या n greater than or equal to 0 है. Okay, if n is less than 0 तो वो 0 होता है कि नहीं वो भी वेरीफाई करना पड़ता है. तो उसके हिसाब से और अगेन यहाँ पे n का अज्यूम कर दिया है n इक्वल टू -1. फॉर n इक्वल टू -1 दैट इज n इज लेस देन 0 कंस्टेंट. ओके, फॉर n इक्वल टू -1 n इज लेस देन 0 कंस्टेंट. उसके हिसाब से x of -1 विल बी 1/2 pi j contour integral. This we have 2z upon z minus 1/4 स्क्वायर है. ओके, उसको हमने सिंप्लीफाई करके क्या किया था? 2z पावर n अपॉन z माइनस 1/2. ओके, तो यहाँ पे आपको n का वैल्यू 1 करना है. So you should say 2z upon, this is x of z, right? 2z upon z minus 1 by 4 square into z power yes n minus 1 is there. Okay, z power n minus 1 is there. n का वैल्यू हमने -1 कर दिया, तो हियर इट विल बी -1, सो दैट विल बी -2 एंड यहाँ पे z है तो एक एक कैंसिल होगा. ओके, इन दैट रिगार्ड यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड हियर. सो दैट विल बी 1 by 2 pi j contour integral c. सो दिस विल बी z, इफ n का वैल्यू -1 सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया तो ये z पावर -2 होगा, और यहाँ पे एक प्लस z है तो एक एक कैंसिल होगा. दिस विल बी 2 upon z into z minus 1 by 4 square. Now you will have two poles again, one more pole will be added here. Okay, so correspondingly what will be your x of n or like x of 1 आपको कैसे करना है, तीन आपका पोल्स, तीन पोल्स आएंगे तो तीन रेसिड्यूज आपको करना पड़ेगा. सो दैट शुड बी z into 2 upon, okay, so that 2 is also get cancelled here, 2 is also get cancelled here, so it's 1 here. Okay, so that will be 1 upon z into z minus 1 by 4 square, okay, plus 1 by 1 factorial into d by dz of z minus 1 by 4 square into 1 by z into z minus 1 by 4 square. Okay, so why you are doing this one, you are finding whether that x of n exists for the negative values of n. Okay, so this thing happens at z equal to 1 by 4. Okay, and here this z equal to 0 होगा. Okay, so one more pole is there, right? So that's why z equal to 0 एक pole रहेगा, this is for one residue, and z minus 1 by 4 square का residue के लिए. Okay, so if you substitute 0 here, so that will be 1 upon minus 1 by 4 square, so that will be 1 upon 1 by 16. If you take that 16 outside, this will be 16. Okay, plus now d by dz of 1 by z है यहाँ पे. ओके, 1 by z है तो 1 by z का डिफ्रेंशिएशन क्या होता है, z पावर -1 है तो माइनस, राइट, सो दैट विल बी माइनस z स्क्वायर रहता है. ओके, सो दिस विल बी माइनस ऑफ, लाइक यहाँ पे माइनस क्या आता है, ये माइनस z पावर माइनस, मतलब इसको -2 कर दिया मैंने. ओके, सो -2 है, यहाँ पे भी उसका 1 by 4 सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया तो ये -16 आता है. ओके, सो दिस विल इट कैंसल, यू विल हैव 0. सो फॉर x इक्वल टू -1 you will have 0. So what is our conclusion here? For n less than 0, x of n will be 0. Okay, so that's why आपका फाइनल x of n क्या रहेगा, because we have concluded that it doesn't exist for the negative values of n. So our expression will be 2n into 1 by 4 power n minus 1 u of n, because it doesn't exist for n less than 0. So this is the final solution. Okay, understood? So this is the second variant problem, okay, in the residue method. Next we will see the last method in the inverse Z transform, that is convolution method. So what you know already what is that convolution and okay, so I have covered the properties of the Z transform wherein we saw the convolution property also. Can anybody recall that what is the convolution property? So convolution property says, like, if you want to find the Z transform of the two convolved signal, that is, I will write that. Okay, so the convolution property So if you are finding the Z transform, okay, if you are finding the Z transform of two discrete time signal with convolution signal, okay, getting x of n and h of n are the two discrete time signals, उसका convolved signal का Z transform आपको निकालना है. That would be the individual Z transform has to be multiplied. Okay, that is x of n का Z transform x of z है, h of n का Z transform x of z है. Then if you are performing the Z transform of this convolved signal, that would be multiplication of their individual Z transform. Okay, so this is the convolution property. So based on this convolution property only, there is a convolution method of finding the inverse Z transform. Okay, so that would be x of z. Okay, so directly you don't have to look for the theory behind this one because it doesn't involve much here. Only thing you need to understand here, by the convolution property, convolved signal का Z ट्रांसफॉर्म निकालना है तो उस इंडिविजुअल सिग्नल्स की Z ट्रांसफॉर्म ले लो और दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई कर लो. दैट विल बी फाइनल x of z. Okay, so don't get confused with this x of z. Okay, so you will take up an example, then you will understand it more clearly. Okay, so problem, this is the last method in the inverse Z transform. Okay, so here they have taken the same thing so that we can compare that. Like रेसिड्यू मेथड का जो पहला एग्जांपल मैंने लिया था वही एग्जांपल यहाँ पे बुक पे भी लेके उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया है. So I will take up the same thing so that you can get compared with the answer. Okay, 1 plus 3 into z4 minus 1 upon 1 plus 3z4 minus 1 plus 2z4 minus 2. Here the ROC given as mod z is greater than 2. Okay, so this is the same problem using residue method we have solved. Now using the convolution method, how we can solve and get the same answer. Okay, so that is our intention here. Okay, so again we need to bring it to the standard form. To bring it to the standard form, what we need to do, we need to multiply z square on the both the numerator and denominator. So that would leave us z into z plus 3 upon z square plus 3z plus 1. Okay, बराबर है, sorry, that would be 2, z square plus 3z upon plus 2. Now this can be written as z into z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 into z plus 2. So this is now in the standard form. Okay, so according to the convolution method, the standard form would be क्या रहना चाहिए, जो ये x of z हम निकालने वाले हैं, this has to be coming in the form of like x1 of z and x2 of z. अगर मैं ऐसा फॉर्म पे लेके आऊँगा then I can directly write the inverse z transform of this like this. If okay, if I can represent x of z as x1 of z and x2 of z, then I can write that inverse z transform of x of z, okay, would be like x1 of n convolved with x2 of n. Are you getting what I am doing here? If x of z whatever is given, if I could able to write it in this form like two different x of z term, then I can find the inverse z transform of this easily by saying if the multiplication in the z transform is there, then their signals will be convolved. That is our understanding. This is inverse like convolution property. In that sense you need to understand here. Okay, so look at the x of z whatever you have accomplished up to now. this is z into z plus 3 upon z plus 1 into z plus 2. So now I can make it in the 2x of z term, okay, x1 of z and x2 of z. I can do that, right? So how we will write this one? X of z equal to one term I will take z upon z plus 1. This I will call it as x1 of z, okay, and then and x2 of z will be the other term x z plus 3 upon z plus 2. Okay, so this can be written like this. Okay, so to make it in a इसको और भी स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म पे लेके आना है हमें, बिकॉज देर इज अगर अदर टू टर्म्स है, तो दैट वुड बी z अपॉन z प्लस 2. सो यहाँ पे भी न्यूमरेटर पे दो टर्म है तो उसको भी डिवाइड करेंगे, प्लस 3 अपॉन z प्लस 2 है. ओके, 3 अपॉन z प्लस 2. नाउ लुक एट हियर, we don't have a inverse z transform direct representation of this one. Okay, let me refresh it again. Look at the expressions I am getting here. Like x1 of z is z by z plus 1. So this is in the form of z by z minus a. So I can get the x of n out of it, right? Simple. यहाँ पे x2 of z को हमने z plus 3 upon z plus 2 लिखा है, उसको और भी स्प्लिट कर दिया है यहाँ पे न्यूमरेटर को. अगेन दिस विल बी z अपॉन z प्लस 2. ये भी कैसा फॉर्म है, z अपॉन z माइनस ए टर्म है, तो इसका भी इन्वर्स कैसे होगा, a पावर n इंटू यू एन, राइट? तो ऐसा हम कर सकते हैं, बट हियर दिस इज नॉट देयर इन द स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म, दैट इज बिकॉज दिस इज 3 अपॉन z प्लस 2. वी डोंट हैव अ स्टैंडर्ड रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ x ऑफ n फॉर सच ए x ऑफ z. ओके, तो उसको उस फॉर्म पे लेके आने के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए, यहाँ पे एक z टर्म चाहिए. So multiply in denominator and numerator with the z here. So that will be 3z upon z plus 2 into यहाँ पे एक z आएगा. Okay, now this can be a standard form. तो इसको भी हम normal list में represent कर सकते हैं. Okay, so now we can write this. x1 of z is clear with us. x2 of z is also clear with us. This is not small. This is capital Z. x2 is z. Okay, now I can write my x of z will be like, we will calculate the x of n individually. That will be, this is as I said z by z minus a term. Minus a term is minus 1 here, so I can simply write this one as minus 1 power n u of n. Clear? Okay, then in the x2 of n, पहला टर्म तो सिंपल है, z बाय z माइनस ए टर्म है. राइट, सो दैट वुड बी राइट माइनस 2 पावर n u ऑफ n, बिकॉज दिस इज z बाय z प्लस 2 है, तो माइनस 2 अपॉन n u n. और यहाँ पे जो ये टर्म है तो उसको हम 3 इंटू, ये भी z बाय z माइनस 2 ही है, लेकिन यहाँ पे एक z टर्म एडेड है. सो दिस z कैन बी रिटर्न एज, ये जो नीचे है ना, दिस अगर ऊपर ही ले लेंगे तो दैट विल बी z माइनस 1. ओके, सो इट्स नॉट अप टू n, इट इज n माइनस 1 टर्म. ओके, सो दैट वुड बी लीड अस टू, this is again minus 2 power n minus 1 into u of n minus 1. Please understand this one. If there is no minus z power minus 1 term here, that will time we can consider that z upon z plus 2 will be like this only, same thing, but it is having one less. Okay, it's not complete to up to n term, so n minus 1 term, so that's why it is n minus 1 u of n minus 1. Okay, so please understand in that sense. This is 2. Okay, so this is our x of n, x1 of n, and this is our x2 of n. What the convolution property says, if you are finding the x of z and the x of z can be represented in this form, तो उसका दोनों कन्वोल्यूशन सम के हिसाब से हमारा a मिलेगा, राइट? तो ये दोनों सिग्नल हमारे x1 एंड x2 n मिला है, तो इनका कन्वोल्यूशन फाइंड आउट करना है हमें, दैट इज आवर x ऑफ n. सो x ऑफ n विल बी x1 of n convolved with x2 of n. Now we need to solve this one. Okay, so that will be minus 1 power n u of n convolution minus 2 power n. So here I will do this one, minus 2 power u of n plus 3 into minus 2 power n minus 1 u of n minus 1. Okay, now this is the distributive property here. Okay, so distributive property के हिसाब से ये अंदर दोनों के साथ convolution होगा. Okay, so that would be minus 1 upon n, sorry, minus 1 power n u of n convolved with minus 2 power n u of n plus minus 1 power n u of n convolution. The 3 term is there, so 3 minus 2 power n minus 1 u of n minus 1. Okay, so just a distributive property. ये जो convolution है ये दोनों सिग्नल के साथ convolution करना है. That's what I have done here. Okay, now we need to solve these two terms to get our x of n. Okay, so this is little complicated here from here actually. Okay, so that would leave us like, since there is a what do you say, you know the representation of convolution. Okay, and there is a u of n term in the all the things like दोनों साइड जो यहाँ पे लास्ट एक्सप्रेशन पे आप चेक कर लो. Okay, there is u of n here, there is u of n here, there is u of n here, there is u of n here. So all the terms says us that our integral जो भी summation जो भी exist करेगा convolution sum है ये, because we are working on the discrete time signal, otherwise it will be a convolution integral. तो यहाँ पे ये z transform we will be applying it on the discrete time system or a discrete time signal. So that's why I am saying it is whatever the convolution representation that we did here, this is the convolution sum, not the convolution integral. So that's why the summation part comes into picture. Okay, so we can write that summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 power k u of k. Okay, into minus 2 power n minus k u of n minus k. So what exactly this is? This is x of n into h of n minus k. Okay, right? Please understand this one. This is the convolution representation. Summation that used to be k equal to 0 to n x of n into h of n minus k. Okay, तो सेकेंड यूनिट LTI सिस्टम का कन्वोल्यूशन सम का रिप्रेजेंटेशन याद कर लो. ओके, सो दिस इज द वन टर्म प्लस द अदर टर्म इज 3 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1, because you could see in the previous expression that the second term exists up to n minus 1 only. Okay, so that's why it is k equal to 0 to summation n minus 1 minus 1 power k u of k minus 2 power n minus k minus 1. Okay, and relatively यहाँ पे u of n minus k minus 1. Okay, so ये this representation is nothing but this one only, summation k equal to 0 to n x of k h of n minus k. This is the convolution representation which we saw in the second unit LTI system. Okay, वही चीज़ें यहाँ पे इसके हिसाब से अप्लाई किया है. h of n minus k है तो यहाँ पे ये जो सेकेंड टर्म है उसका n minus k कर दिया. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे अप टू n minus 1 है, वो भी सेकेंड टर्म के लिए, दैट्स वाई इट इज -1 power k u of k, that is the first term, that is x of k, you can understand in that sense, and h of k will be -2 power n minus k minus 1 because of this. Okay, so don't get confused with this. Okay, then so we can write here -2 power n, okay, because the summation is related to the k, so n term is taken outside, k equal to 0 to n -1 power k, okay, -2 power minus k, because whatever the -2 power n term is there, that is taken outside. Okay, so that will leave us here with a -2 power minus k plus 3 into -2 power n minus term को बाहर लिया है, and summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 ही यहाँ पे. Okay, so will be -1 power k and -2 power minus k. Okay, please understand here, -2 power n minus 1 टर्म बाहर लिया है, 3 into -2 power n minus 1 टर्म बाहर लिया है, तो यहाँ पे -1 k, यू के का वैल्यू 1 ही होता है, तो इसको भी नेग्लेक्ट किया, और ये k -1 है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज -1 को बाहर ले लिया है, दैट्स इट. ओके, दिस टर्म इज आल्सो 1, दिस टर्म इज आल्सो 1. ओके, देन दैट वुड बी -2 power n summation k equal to 0 to n. Okay, so here this is -1 power k and here it is -2 power minus k. Okay, so आप यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हो, जिसको ये माइनस के वजह से इसको नीचे ले सकते हो, सो दिस विल बी -1/2 पावर, माइनस माइनस प्लस होता है पावर के, सो दिस विल बी 1/2 पावर के. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग हाउ दिस इज रिटर्न? दिस इज -1 पावर के एंड दिस इज -2 पावर माइनस के. तो ये माइनस के को प्लस के करने के लिए आपको नीचे लेना पड़ेगा, सो दैट विल बी 1/2 पावर के. ओके, प्लस 3 into -2 power n minus 1. Okay, then summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1. then यहाँ पे उसको as it is लिखा है -1 power k then -2 power minus k. okay, okay, that's it. तो इसको भी हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, माइनस ये भी प्लस होता है, दिस इज ऑल्सो 1/2 अपॉन k. okay, so that you can write as -2 power n summation k equal to 0 to n 0.5 power k plus 3 into -2 power n minus 1 summation k equal to 0 to n minus 1 0.5 power k. Okay, please understand these notations whatever I am writing. Okay, तो यहाँ पे according to this geometric series and polynomial जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, समेशन k equal to 0 to n a power k रहेगा, तो उसका समेशन कितना होगा अप टू k टर्म्स, a पावर k टर्म्स, मतलब a प्लस ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी प्लस ए क्यूब प्लस ए पावर 4, ऐसा. दिस इज अर्थमेटिक सीरीज, जियोमेट्रिक सीरीज फॉर्म पे रहेगा. ओके, सो उसके सबसे 1 माइनस ए पावर n minus 1 upon 1 minus a. दिस इज अर्थमेटिक सीरीज, अर्थमेटिक सीरीज. ओके, तो उसके हिसाब से हम ऐसा लिख सकते हैं, बिकॉज यू कुड सी हियर समेशन k इक्वल टू 0 to n 0.5 पावर k है, ये का वैल्यू यहाँ पे 0.5 है. रिलेटिवली यहाँ पे भी एक टर्म कम है, बट दिस इज ऑल्सो लीड्स टू n-1 टर्म अप टू 0.5 पर के। ओके, तो आप इसको अगर सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे इधर, सो दैट वुड बी, थोड़ा लेंदी है लेकिन उसके साथ कंपेयर करके कर रहे हैं तो वही आंसर लाना पड़ेगा एट द एंड, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग विद दिस। ओके, देन यहाँ पे समेशन k इक्वल टू 0 to n 0.5 पावर k है, तो दिस इज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दिस, सो इट कैन बी रिटन एज 1 माइनस 0.5 पावर n, n-1 है तो n+1 आएगा यहाँ पे। ओके, 1 टर्म अपॉन 1 माइनस 0.5, ओके, प्लस 3 इंटू -2 पावर n-1, that would be 1 minus 0.5 power n, because already n-1 term is there here, so that's why it will be n, okay, upon 1 minus 0.5, okay, so that would be minus 2 power n, 1 minus 0.5, it is 0.5, right? Then okay, so 2 into 1 minus 0.5 into 0.5 power n, okay, this is n-1 is there, that 0.5 is taken here, okay, n+1 के बदले उसको एक बार मल्टीप्लाई किया है यहाँ पे, okay, प्लस 3 इंटू -2 पावर n-1, 2 इंटू 1 minus 0.5 पावर n, okay, then that would be -2 power n, because we need to bring that two terms, that's why, okay, 2 into 1 minus 0.5 into 0.5 power n minus 3 into -2 power n कर दिया, या -2 वापस ले लिया यहाँ पे, एक -2 terms, okay, so that 2 terms will come outside, okay, into 1 minus 0.5 power n, this will be 2 into -2 power n minus -1 power n, ये जो टर्म है उसके वजह से, -3 into -2 power n, okay, plus 3 into -1 power n. Now for n greater than or equal to 0, because all the time it will be having n u of n term only, so that would be 2 into -1 power n minus of -2 power n, okay, that is x of n. Now compare both of that, like previous रेसिड्यू मेथड का पहला एग्जांपल और अभी का जो हमने अकम्प्लिश किया है, दोनों सेम है। दिस इज फॉर n इज ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू 0।